The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 try-under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now. Remember when everyone thought the new arrivals would be the story of this Premier League season? Well, they still might be, but there's another group making headlines for all the wrong reasons. These are the Oldcomers, players who were already in the league before the summer window. Some stayed put, others moved between clubs, but all were supposed to kick on. Instead, they've either stalled or gone backward. Here are 10 established stars whose seasons have started as badly as a broken VAR system. Number 10, Morgan Rogers. What happened to the attacking midfielder who finished last season with 8 league goals? After becoming one of Aston Villa's standout performers last season, Rogers has been almost anonymous this season. He has had a mixed start to the season, appearing as a shadow of the player the Villa Park faithful saw last year. He has made a limited impact on games and earned criticism from pundits for his lackluster performances. Analysts note he has created fewer chances, completed fewer dribbles and won far fewer duels than last season. But thankfully, he's looked better in recent weeks, scoring a belter in the away win versus Tottenham. If his form continues to improve, he could soon leave this list. Number 9, Anthony Elanga. Newcastle splashed £55 million on Elanga following 2 impressive seasons at Nottingham Forest. 8 games in, he hasn't contributed a single goal or assist. In the 2-1 defeat to Brighton, he managed just 20 touches and 1 pass into the final third before being hooked at half-time. His expected assist figure has plummeted from 0.39 per 90 minutes at Forest to 0.05 per 90. It's one thing to need time to adapt, it's another to disappear altogether. Elanga has not been the upgrade on Jacob Murphy that he was signed to be. With Newcastle chasing Europe again, patience may be running out. He has to quickly recapture the form that saw him achieve 6 goals and 12 assists last season, or he may consistently be left out of the starting lineup. Number 8, Jorgen Strand Larsen. During the 2025 summer transfer window, which saw several strikers moving to new clubs, it looked as though Jorgen Strand Larsen was going to be one of them. With Alexander Isak doing everything in his power to leave Newcastle for Liverpool, the Magpies tried to sign Larsen as a replacement. However, when their bid of £55 million was rejected, they decided to sign Nick Voltemade. Looking at the start of the season and what both players have done so far, the Toons will be delighted they signed the German instead. While Voltemade has settled brilliantly into his new club, Larsen has endured a tough start to the season. He is yet to score a Premier League goal. Wolves' head coach, Vitor Pereira, confirmed via their official website that he has been struggling with a recurring Achilles injury and is rarely training in between games. Strand Larsen's form makes it hard to justify Wolves' high valuation and Newcastle's failed £55 million bid. Wolves sit at the bottom of the table. If their star striker doesn't start scoring soon, their survival hopes may quickly fade away. Number 7, Virgil van Dijk. Yes, he's a legend. Yes, he's 34 now. But nobody expected that one of the best defenders the Premier League has ever seen would look shaky this season, coming after an excellent season that saw him lift the Premier League title. Virgil van Dijk has looked a shadow of his usual self at times this term. His trademark calm hasn't really been in operation, and everyone can see the effect of that. Liverpool's defence is struggling significantly. They have conceded 11 goals in their first 8 Premier League games, a notable increase from just 3 goals at the same stage last season. It would be unwise to write off Van Dijk just yet, but as the leader at the back for Liverpool, he needs to do more. Number 6, Morgan Gibbs-White. When Morgan Gibbs-White signed a new contract at Nottingham Forest this summer, it marked a huge moment for the club. The Tricky Trees are playing in Europe this term, and a big reason for that was the form of their number 10, whose 15 goal contributions last term were pivotal. However, the team that pushed for Champions League qualification in the 2024-2025 season has been off the boil so far this term and is fighting to stay up in the Premier League. While most of their players have underperformed this season, we can argue that Gibbs-White's poor form has affected the team more. Gibbs-White leads the Premier League for misplaced passes this season, averaging 10.2 per 90 minutes. Last season, he misplaced 6.71 per 90. That dramatic drop-off in accuracy and concentration is costing Forest points. If he keeps misplacing passes at the rate he is presently, he could soon find himself dropped to the bench. Number 5. Alexander Isak. The record-breaking signing has yet to justify his fee. After forcing a move from Newcastle, Isak is yet to produce the form that saw Liverpool pay £125 million for him. Having not had a proper pre-season due to the saga that led to his Magpies exit, the Swede has looked rather rusty for the Reds so far. He has played 4 Premier League games for Liverpool so far and has not scored any goals. He only has 1 assist to show in that time. In their recent loss to Manchester United, NBC Sports gave him a 4 out of 10 rating and said he was barely involved. Isak may come good before long, but it's definitely not been an impressive start to life for him at Anfield. The murmurs are gradually turning into groans. Was this another Andy Carroll moment? Number 4. Milos Kerkez. From hot prospect to scapegoat in the space of a few months, Liverpool's new left-back was supposed to rejuvenate the left-back role under Slot, but so far he's looked about as shaky as can be. Kerkez has looked more like a liability rather than an upgrade on Andrew Robertson, who demonstrated consistent performances for years. In his first few months at Liverpool, the young left-back has looked out of his depth. Against Manchester United, he received a 4 out of 10 rating as he was repeatedly beaten and looked unsure of his positioning. Pundit Jamie Redknapp labelled him a nervous wreck, and Jamie Carragher said the side looked vulnerable every time the ball went into his channel. When your own legends are publicly questioning your composure, you know things aren't going well. If Kerkez doesn't adjust quickly, Liverpool's defensive woes will persist. Number 3. Omari Hutchinson. Some signings make you wonder if scouts watch the same games. Forest paid £37.5 million for Hutchinson, and he hasn't done anything yet to silence doubts over the hefty fee that was paid. He has started a few games but hasn't scored or assisted. Things have been so chaotic at the City grounds so far, with 2 managers sacked already this term, so the Englishman deserves some sympathy. However, he hasn't done well in the games he has played and was even left out of the squad altogether in Ange Postecoglou's final match. Perhaps his new boss will show a little more faith. Hutchinson is already the subject of flop headlines. For a club that needed proven quality, it's beginning to look like a reckless gamble. Can he adapt, or will he become another cautionary tale of hype over substance? Number 2. Mohamed Salah. Here's a controversial inclusion. By normal standards, 2 goals and 2 assists would be respectable. However, for Salah, it's crisis territory. By his lofty standards, he should have more already. To put things in perspective, by game week 6 last season, he already had 4 goals and 4 assists. Salah's touches per 90 minutes, shots per 90, and expected goals per 90 have all dropped this term. Given his pedigree and the high standards he has set, it's fair to say that he hasn't had the best start to the season. Number 1. Ollie Watkins. Last season, Villa's number 11 had 16 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League. This term, he has only managed to score 1 goal in his first 7 appearances, a slump so alarming that Unai Emery dropped him to the bench for the visit to Tottenham. The only goal he has scored so far came against Fulham, and it was everything the fans have been accustomed to seeing from him. Playing on the shoulder of the last defender, making a dangerous run in behind, and a composed finish to cap everything off. However, this has not been seen enough so far this term. Watkins hasn't hit expectations this season. He has had a poor shot-on-target ratio, with just 25% of his shots troubling goalkeepers in the Premier League. If Villa's hopes of cracking the top 4 will not evaporate fast, their main striker must rediscover his ruthlessness. So there you have it, the 10 most disappointing Oldcomers in the Premier League this season. We are just a few months into the season, so there's still time for redemption. Will these players do enough to get themselves off this list, or will they carry on their poor form and write their own names into the dreaded Season Flops Hall of Fame? Only time will tell. Before we wrap up, make sure you're subscribed. We've got more deep dives coming, and you don't want to miss when these stories twist again. Who do you think has been the biggest disappointment? Have we been too harsh on Salah? Let us know in the comments.